Your ship, the Golden Cherry, creaks as it cuts its way through the open waters, slicing through the endless onslaught of waves as it plows ahead. You find yourself feeling on edge, as you can't help but keep recalling the warning given to you by the old portmaster before you set sail. Beware the deep ocean, for as bountiful as she be, she will take as quickly as she will give. And while you think yourself safe aboard a ship of wood and iron, be on your guard, for the Big Blue holds many a danger, and here there do be dragons. As the last phrase washes over your mind once again, you shrug, knowing full well that most dragons tend to stay away from such vast, deep volumes of water, and you're yet to hear about any of the bronze variety stalking the area. But for all your denial, you see the truth in the old man's words as they repeat within your mind. But what could he have meant by dragons of the deep? Your concentration is broken from the cry of the lookout, belting the words, "Island up ahead!" at the top of their lungs. This statement strikes you as odd, and you pull your retractable map from the corner of your telescope, unfurling the parchment to reveal the world as you know it, and you see no signs of any nearby islands on the intricately drawn map in front of you. As far as you know, these waters have all been well charted, and no such a place exists. "Island! Closing in fast!" the lookout cries. You inspect the situation for yourself, as you notice that the island is coming toward you far faster than it should be. And before you can reassess the absurdity of the situation, the ever-gaining rocky outcrop appears to drop rapidly, submerging beneath the waves before your very eyes. Here there do be dragons. Dragons of the deep. You realise moments too late, as a gigantic head emerges from the waves below, the very presence of the colossal monster causing your ship to rock as the disturbed water seeks to stabilise itself against your bow. The creature's barnacle-encrusted scales remind you of the glittering dragons of old, and its crackling, beak-like maw makes you tremble in both fear and awe. You hear a rumbling as the beast bellows something almost inaudible. "Do you bring tribute?" And it dawns on you. Your ship has sailed directly into a dragon turtle of legend, treasure-hungry and territorial. Chances are it will help you for a price, so prepare to pay tribute or roll for initiative. The dragon turtle is a gargantuan monster, clad in a resilient, streamlined shell and armed with a variety of powerful weaponry, from its hinged, snapping jaws and shredding claws to its potent steam breath that rivals the potency of its land-based, draconic counterparts. While lacking wings, the dragon turtle makes up for this by being extremely well adapted to life at sea, and is capable of comfortably dwelling both above and below the waves, favouring coastal spots with easy access back into the blue. Dragon turtles can be found wherever the water is deep enough to house them, from the ocean depths to flooded caverns, fathomless lakes, and even the elemental plane of water. At face value, dragon turtles tend to carry an extremely bestial appearance, striking fear into the hearts of adventurers and inspiring legends of savage monsters that will stop at nothing to bring sailors to a watery grave. While this description can hold its own weight, things aren't often quite that black and white. Just like the dragons of earth and sky, dragon turtles vary greatly in personality, and are far from the dumb, brutish beasts they are made out to be in many a drunken captain's tale. In fact, dragon turtles are just as likely to help out a group of adventurers as they are to hinder them, with many dragon turtles recognizing the benefits of a symbiotic relationship, seeking them out or welcoming them when a beneficial situation arises. Dragon turtles have been known to strike up friendships with all manner of creatures, from adventurers to bronze dragons, merfolk and marids. This can lead to some great in-game interactions, and can offer the DM plenty of scope to introduce intriguing plot hooks and quest draws for their party. That being said, for every dragon turtle that is down to work with your party, there is bound to be another that is set on antagonizing them instead. Some dragon turtles fully embrace their great power and love nothing more than exerting it over anything they deem weaker than themselves. These devilish creatures are likely the source of the majority of dragon turtle tales told by drunken sailors far and wide, as their egotistical nature will drive them to wreak destruction, destroying ships and ending lives, leaving only enough alive to make it back to shore in order to spread tales of the beast's notoriety. No matter their alignment, all dragon turtles have an innate love of treasure, and like dragons, will hoard what they can in vast, undersea caverns. Some dragon turtles will be willing to trade with adventurers, entering into agreements that can span centuries of cooperation should a person be able to keep the creature stocked up with exotic treasures and food. Some dragon turtles are also receptive to bribery if the situation should arise, although some will use this as leverage to force travelers to pay a toll in order to guarantee them safe passage, and not doing so can lead to their draconic rage being unleashed. An encounter with a dragon turtle is a terrifying prospect, and they are extremely strong and durable, with plenty of brain power to think about their combat strategies. An adult dragon turtle posts a fairly hectic stat block, with 25 strength, 10 dexterity, 20 constitution, 10 intelligence, 12 wisdom, and 12 charisma, with proficiency on dex, con, and whiz saving throws. In combat, the dragon turtle will lash out with a combination of bite, claw, and tail swipe attacks, dealing a flurry of devastatingly powerful blows that are plenty tough enough to tear armor, ships, and other creatures apart with ease. It backs this physical prowess with the ability to exhale scalding steam towards its enemies, burning them with enough heat to melt flesh from bone. And unlike a dragon's breath weapon attack, the dragon turtle can use this breath weapon while submerged. While this potent spread of abilities is certainly solid, you haven't seen anything yet. Dragon turtles have the potential to live for an extremely long time, being functionally immortal. Dragon turtles continue to grow throughout their lives, quite rapidly for the first few hundred years, and tapering off as they reach colossal sizes. They never truly stop growing, however, and there have been reports of dragon turtles awakening from hibernation to find fully fledged towns and settlements built upon their shells. This can be to a mixed reception from the creature. When a dragon turtle matures enough, it transitions from an adult dragon turtle and becomes what is referred to as an ancient dragon turtle. At this point, the dragon turtle will have gained several lifetimes worth of experience, becoming increasingly wise, strong, and powerful as it ages. After all these years, a dragon turtle will have usually established its very own legendary status, whether for striking fear into the hearts of men, or for its benevolent and helpful nature. Either way, the dragon turtle is likely to have settled in a lair of some kind. This will often take the form of underwater caverns, hollowed out coral reefs, ancient undersea volcanoes, or deep dark ocean trenches. Dragon turtles are innately linked magically to the various oceans of the material plane, and the areas around a dragon turtle lair are permeated by the concentrated magic that the Leviathan emits. You can often find strangely diverted currents, an unusual abundance of thriving marine life, exceedingly hot pockets of water, or portals to the plane of water appearing randomly around these locations. The dragon turtles know their lairs inside and out, and will have usually built up a mountainous hoard of treasure within its confines. This can be very alluring for shiny hunters, but be it at your own peril, as even the most benevolent dragon turtle won't tolerate such acts. As described before, ancient dragon turtles passively exude great amounts of innate magical energy, and just like the areas directly around their home, their lair is a nexus, becoming heavily influenced by the raw exposure to draconically infused weave. Ancient dragon turtle lairs are notorious for being filled with living kelp, capable of restraining those opposed to their magical benefactor. Strange, ever-changing water currents that can hinder or assist in traversing the lair, and the trademark craters that line the lair's cavernous walls, allowing blasts of boiling steam to erupt from within as the ancient dragon turtle wills it. This is usually plenty to deter any would-be invaders, and as if the raw power of the ancient dragon turtle wasn't enough of a secondary deterrent, the bigger, older ancient dragon turtles eventually learn how to use their bodies to generate immense heat, instantly boiling the water immediately around them, causing any creature within 20 feet to take 40 or 98 fire damage on a failed constitution saving throw. Now, if you do engage an ancient dragon turtle in combat, and by some miracle manage to hack, slash, and cast it to its proverbial knees, then you'll have the exciting opportunity to bear witness to an ancient, uncontrollable rage that has the capacity to shake continents and rupture land masses. Upon hitting 0 hit points for the first time, in a short or a long rest, the dragon turtle will invoke the Blessing of the Sea, harnessing the raw, untamable power of elemental water. This heals the dragon turtle back to 350 hit points, around 3/4 of its hit point total, and grants the Armor of Storms ability. This lets the raging titan wreath itself in a shield of lightning, decimating those who get too close. This can help buy the ancient dragon turtle precious time to escape deeper into its lair, or even into the plane of water itself. Or, of course, it could embrace its tidal anguish and attempt to use its new lease of life to end that of its aggressor once and for all. The dragon turtle, ancient or otherwise, is a really great creature to feature in your game, and there can be all manner of reasons for encountering one. A dragon turtle could be seeking to oust a kraken from a cave that it wants to make its lair in, and has enlisted a group of adventurers to help it out in exchange for some magical items from its hoard. An ancient dragon turtle could have been rudely awoken by a battle at sea, and it is now in the best interest of all warring parties to set their differences aside in order to convince the monolithic sea tank as to why it shouldn't just put an end to their conflict then and there. A young dragon turtle could be showing signs of early madness, and the party is dispatched to investigate the reason behind this and to aid the struggling creature. A dragon turtle could be intrigued by the happenings on land and has arranged regular meetings with a dragon who has similar feelings about the goings on below the waves. However, one of them failed to show up on one occasion, and the lonely fellow remaining has enlisted help to find out the whereabouts of their gossip partner. Or perhaps a dragon turtle has just embraced violence and wants nothing more than to tear ships apart, prompting a hunt to stop the rampaging tyrant once and for all. However you do it, encountering a dragon turtle can be highly rewarding for both players and the DM, with there being countless ways to incorporate the oceanic dragon into your story. From the benevolence of an ancient giant to the catastrophic violence they are capable of wielding, dragon turtles are enigmatic, massive, and awe-inspiring, and are sure to leave their mark on both your players and the greater story yet to unfold. As always, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed learning about the crafty dragon turtle, and if you did, please consider dropping a like on the video and subscribing to the channel. But until then, perhaps a Nightwalker creature feature is going to be enough to set your next session on edge. Or maybe you'd like to go even further and check out my quick review on the Call of Cthulhu horror role-playing starter set.